Om Shruti Smruti Purananamayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shaktihi Anadya Vidya Trigunatmika Para Karyanumeya Sudhiyaiva Maya Yaya Jagat Sarvamidam Prasuyate. So we are talking about this all important concept of Maya in Vedanta. See, Maya is taken by some people, by the dualists, as some imaginary speculative concept of philosophers. For example, for the religious mind, everything is real. This world is real. Then there is another world that is equally real. And then there is a God overlooking all these things. And we have to propitiate that God so that we will get a better place in the higher other world. And here also by propitiating that God, we will make things better for ourselves. So it is that is how it works. That is the duality works like that. And therefore, the word Maya itself, they don't like. They say this Maya is a peculiar concept brought in by these philosophers. It has nothing to do with the reality, like that they talk. But the fact is, Maya is very much a part of our life. Maya is a statement of fact. Maya is not some imagined concept or any such thing. It is the statement of fact. So, in our life, the effect of Maya is so much there. Like we imagine things, and then it is the peculiarity of the imagination that it seems real. That is the funniest thing about imagination, that it seems real. Therefore, when you imagine something and that something seems real, now you are bound by that. And the whole life is driven in a particular direction by that imagination. Therefore, and that imagination appears real. That is the Maya. Maya is that which is not real, yet appears as real. That is the Maya. The magic, the magic show. In the magic show, the magician makes you see many things which just do not exist. Here, the Maya, it works by the ingenuity of the magician and also by the credulity of the audience. The both put together, only magic can happen. Only the magician is ingenious, very clever. He presents his show very perfectly, but the audience are very wise. There is no Maya. There is no magic. The audience must be dull-headed. Then only you can have a magic show. That's why I was talking with a magician. He tells me he doesn't do anything. But he just makes a show. It is all showy. A magician is a very showy guy, like some godmen are sometimes. So the magician, he wears a very flowing coat and a very shiny and all that. And he wears a particular kind of hairstyle, a hat, and holds a magic wand. What magic wand? Some stick he holds in his hand. But the stick is decorated, not a silly thing. Some decorated stick he holds, and he looks very impressive, and he tries to impress the audience, and he succeeds. That is what he does. And then, so the magician tells me, I don't do anything. I just guide the imagination of the people. It is a collective mischief. You play mischief with the entire crowd. and you guide their imagination. You make them all by speech and a little visual, a lot audio and a little visual, the magic show. And he shows a few things, a hat, a chick, a few things he shows, but he guides your imagination. Now you do not think the way you want to think or you can think. You start thinking the way he asks you to think. And so he guides your thought process, your imagination, and makes you see things which just don't exist there. That is Maya. That is what human life is. That is what this world is. So, now we can say the magic show, who created it? The magician has created it. But the fact remains that you have created the magic show as much as the magician has created it. The same thing applies to this creation also. That's why in Panchadashi Vidyaranya Swami talks of Ishvara Srishti versus Jiva Srishti. The creation of God versus the creation of the individual. Both are there. Both put together makes the creation. So God creates his bit and you create your bit, and put together makes the world. So that is how it works. You see, let us look at the way we are creating this world. That is important, Whatever God creates, let him create. But we create a world. Generally, we believe that there is a world and we come into it and we get out of it. The world continues. That is how we believe. You see, every bit of it is wrong. For example, you think the world continues. Continuity is false. There is no continuity in this creation. If you know a little physics, you can easily appreciate that continuity is a myth. There is no continuity. Take the simple example of a movie. You go to a movie theater and you watch the movie. It seems continuous. The scenes are smoothly flowing. It's a continuous stream of scenes. There is continuity. But continuity is only apparent. It is not real. What is real? The real is the scenes. There are no scenes there. There is no continuity. There is no flow. They are all one frame after another frame after another frame. And every frame is static. Nothing which moves on the movie screen. Every frame is static. The static frame, it shines on the screen for a fraction of a second. 1/16th of a second to be precise. And then it shines and gone. And then another frame shines and gone. A third frame shines and gone. There is always a blank. So there is a frame and a blank and a frame and a blank and a frame and a blank. Like that it will be going on. And then the whole thing happens with a particular speed. Thereby you believe that it is continuous. And you fail to see the blanks in between. You don't see the blanks. You see frame after frame after frame in quick succession. Thereby, an idea, a notion of continuity happens in your mind. There is no continuity there. Continuity is in your mind. What a Maya it is. Is it not Maya? Are you not amazed by that? So this is the Maya. We end up seeing what is not there. So this is the Maya. You see, one day I was reading New York Times and opening page after page, see the headlines, and suddenly I came to the page 5th, and there I saw all dots arranged in rows and columns. Can you imagine? Can you visualize that? Dots are hundreds and hundreds of number of dots arranged in rows and then in columns. All dots. But then from that jumble of dots, from that array of dots, springs out the beautiful figure of Mona Lisa. Then if you examine that page, there are only dots in the page, nothing but dots. But I see Mona Lisa. Where is this Mona Lisa now? It is on the paper, it is in the dots, and also it is in the head. The dots have to be arranged in a particular fashion. Therefore, it is partly in the dots and partly in the head. Suppose Mona Lisa is not in my head. Suppose I don't know what is Mona Lisa. I don't see Mona Lisa there. I may end up seeing a human face. That a woman's face. Suppose the distinction of man, woman is not in this head, then I don't see a woman's face. I see a human face. Suppose the human idea itself is not there in this head, then I don't even see human face. Therefore, then what would I see? That depends. That depends. So, what you imagine, that is what you see. Therefore, this is Maya. So who can say there is no Maya in life? You see, without Maya, you cannot enjoy a movie. There is no TV. There is no movie without, there is no Hollywood, there is no Bollywood without Maya. All this is there. Therefore, instead of dismissing Maya as some philosophical, speculative concept, it is necessary to understand Maya, the role that it plays in our lives. See, for example, this notion that there is a world, there I started. There is a world and it is continuous. It is on and on and on and on and on. And into that world I come, date of birth. Out of that world I go away, date of death. This is how we take it, that is the model. And that model is utterly false. Now, don't ask me then why they celebrate date of birth. Don't ask me. They celebrate date of birth because they believe some funny thing. And all beliefs associated with death have nothing to do with the truth. They are all beliefs only. Now, you cannot pit a belief against the vision of philosophy. Belief is what you want to believe, whereas vision of philosophy is the truth. They are two different things altogether. So, that is how we take it. There is a world into which I go and get out. But that is not the fact. Did you ever notice, when does the world spring into existence? When does it happen? When you are sleeping, there is no world. When you wake up, in the first moments of waking up, there is no world. You are becoming awake. There is no world yet. And suddenly, the world springs into existence. From where did it come? It came from your head. Don't you see that? And you close the eyes and slip into a sleep. The world vanishes. It is not there anymore. Therefore, you have to understand that the world in which you live, you create. You create this world out of your own memories. Like you wake up and look at a lady and say, my wife. Did you not create a wife from your memory? Is that not obvious? And taking this as the basic principle, there are many scripts based on which movies are made. Many Hollywood, not Hollywood. Hollywood is all technology stuff. Emotion stuff is all Bollywood and Tollywood. They are all emotional stuff. So this man is going with his wife and 2 kids in a car on the date of birth. You have to add a lot of sentimental stuff around it. And now suddenly there is an accident. And in the accident, there is only one small injury at the head. He is perfectly all right, except a small injury here. And there is a band tied and one red spot. That is the accident. And in the accident, he lost memory. And now you have the movie, very perfect set up for building the movie on that. The director, he has such a wonderful imagination, he builds the movie on that. There are many movies made on this scheme. And they are successful movies also. Because the director knows that is the critical aspect. Namely, you create a family for yourself from your memory. And if you remove the memory, the family doesn't exist. You are not a husband, you are not a son, you are not a daughter, you are not a mother, you are none of those things, minus memory. And then time, you create time from your expectation. You think about it. Suppose you don't expect anything. You stop expecting. In meditation, I tried to introduce this concept. You don't expect anything, and you do not anticipate anything. Now time is not there for you. There is no time. Time is gone. There must be expectation or anticipation. Then only there is time. And therefore, you just stay without memory. You allow the memory to drop. You need not become amnesia, or you need not get any of that. Allow the memory to drop voluntarily. It will drop. Remove all expectations and anticipations. Remove this notion of next, what next idea. Remove from your head. Just stay put in that state of mind. In that state of mind, there is no time. And hence, there is no continuity. Therefore, time is Maya. Continuity is Maya. You see how? So, you see, what you call the world and the life in the world, etc., all of that, it depends upon you. It is by your consent that the world exists. Withdraw your belief in its reality, the world is not real anymore. You consent for the world to exist, therefore it exists. You believe that the world is real, therefore it seems real. Withdraw your consent, withdraw your belief, the world will dissolve like a dream. That is the world is just Maya. You see, they say time can bring down mountains, like that they say, because time has such power. A mountain peak standing today may not be standing there. It might have become erased from the surface of the earth by time. After 1,000 years it may not be there. So time can bring down mountains, but you can bring down even more. By withdrawing your consent, by suspending your belief, by giving up your desires, anticipations and expectations, becoming utterly desireless, by just reorganizing your psyche, you can bring down the entire samsara. In fact, you can even devour the time. Kala kalaha. You are the kala, the one who devours, puts an end to the kala, time itself. You are that. That is your power. Only thing is, you have to recognize that. So, this is how the Maya works. Yaya jagat sarvamidam prasuyate. Prasuyate means is being created. Anyway, I have covered this ground. Just I have given a kind of a recap. And now only one word is left, that is Trigunatmika. You see, these rishis, they have examined this Maya threadbare. through and through. They have examined it. And they noticed three elements in it. Three elements they noticed in that Maya. Like, it is not difficult. You go to a movie. Movie is Maya, you know. It is just a best example for Maya. And this movie concept as an illustration to understand the vision of Maya is there in Shankara's mind. Only thing is, he did not have the movie the way we know it today. Some kind of an intimation of a movie is there in his mind. He says, Vishwam Darpana Drushyamana Nagari Tulyam. That is what he says. This is the Dakshinamurti Stotram, the first verse. Vishwam, he uses the word Vishwam. He doesn't say Jagat. Jagat also he could say. Jagat has a different etymology, whereas Vishwam has a very unique etymology. V is Vividham. Shva, Gatau. Shva is the dhatu, which means gaining, means knowing. So, what is this universe? The universe is that which you cognize in a number of ways. Therefore, you like movie. What is a movie? Movie is that which you see. Now, I will ask you a question. Let us see how you respond to that. In the deep forest, where there is no human being anywhere near, around, a tree falls, will there be a sound? The answer is no. The answer is no. They are all very well informed. Of course, I was saying this for many years now. This is said by a Zen master. Therefore, sound is what you hear. And if you don't hear, there is no sound. Form, shape, or color is what you see. You see, there is a scientist by name Schrodinger, and he worked on light. So all these scientists who work on light use a sodium vapor lamp. It gives yellow light of a given wavelength. So perfect, clean, one particular wavelength of light you get. So it is yellow. It is there in the laboratory all the time, sodium vapor lamp. And he was talking about it. He tells that till today, he was working, he is a Nobel laureate, working on light for so many years. He says, till now, I do not know where is this yellow color. Is it in the sodium vapor lamp, or is it in my eyes, or is it in my head? I am not sure. Yellow color. Yellow color is not what is outside. It is what you perceive. Then what is outside? Outside there is a wave. Electromagnetic wave is there. And when that electromagnetic wave falls upon the retina and generates a particular optical sensation, that sensation is interpreted by you as yellow color. So, the world exists the way, the world appears the way it appears, only because you see it that way. Therefore, the world is what you see. Then the perfume. You see, you look at it, this perfume, that fragrance, is it in the liquid, or is it what you experience when a molecule of that liquid impinges upon the sense organ? In the liquid there cannot be any perfume, you know. It is a jada thing, it is insentient liquid it is. Liquid is liquid, it has a few molecules sitting together. And those molecules evaporate because the liquid is volatile. And a few of those molecules enter into the nose through the breath. And there inside the nose, the membrane is there. That is the indriya, the sense organ. And that membrane has enzyme receptors. And this molecule just interacts with that receptor. And then a current is produced, alternating current. That is interpreted by the brain as perfume. Therefore, till these molecules go and hit inside the nose, there is nothing called perfume. Perfume starts from there. Therefore, the perfume is what you experience, not what the liquid has. Similarly, sugar, you take sugar. Sugar is sweet. Sugar is not sweet. Sugar is sugar. It is not sweet. It is sweet only when you put it on the tongue. Otherwise it is not sweet. Therefore, what you call Jagat is not what is out there. Then what? It is what you perceive. It is like the magic show. The magic show is not what is out there. Then what is it? It is what you see. This is the... Now you tell me Maya is real or not? Maya is a speculative or fact of life? It is not real, the fact of life. Maya is not an armchair philosophical speculation. It is the fact of life. In fact, you have a world only because of Maya. Without Maya, you won't even have your world. And so this movie, now I ask the Zen Master's question I asked. Now I ask my own question. I came out with my own question following the cue taken from the Zen Master. My own question is, like there is a movie theatre. You cannot give an Indian example because in the Indian movie theatres there is a crowd. In India there is a crowd everywhere. In the temple there is a crowd, in the mall there is a crowd, on the street there is a crowd, everywhere there is a crowd. In the forest there is a crowd, in the city there is a crowd. On the beach there is a crowd, everywhere there is a crowd. Therefore the example doesn't work. You visualize an American theatre where a single building is there, inside there are 8 or 10 theatres are there. And it is all computer controlled. Only one man controls the whole place. And exactly at the time the projector is on, it is all computer. And the movie goes on the screen. And people who purchase the tickets go there. They search for their theatre and go there and sit and watch. There will be nobody to guide you or check you, no such thing. So suppose a movie is on. It is going on. In the theatre, there is nobody. Sometimes it happens like that. Nobody purchases the ticket by 7, but the movie continues. So something is being projected on the theatre, but there is nobody in the audience. It is an empty hall. Will there be a movie? There will be no movie. Therefore, movie is not what is projected on the screen, or movie is not what is happening on the screen. Movie is what you see. That means movie is what is happening in your head. That is what a movie is. Then there is one more Zen Master's anecdote. I said it earlier, but again I say because it is the most relevant thing. 2 monks are walking towards the monastery and they see the flag fluttering in the wind on the top of the monastery building. One of them says to the other, "Hey, look at that flag fluttering in the wind. What is it that moves, the wind or the flag, that cloth? What is it that moves?" That is the question he asked. Very intelligent question. What is moving, flag or wind? Then the master comes from behind and tells neither. Then what is it that is moving? Your mind is moving. So, this is the Maya. Shankara says, Vishwam, the universe, which is but what you perceive in a variety of ways. With eyes, with ears, with nose, with tongue and with skin, you perceive the world. And with the mind. That is how you perceive the world. And that is the Vishwam. Therefore, Vishwam, by very definition, by the etymology of the word is the universe that you perceive, the universe that you experience, the universe that you see. That is what the Jagat is. Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. That is the movie. So he says, you are looking at a mirror, and in that mirror, a city is appearing to you. A city in the mirror. Just visualize that way. A city is appearing in the mirror. Now that city has all the details of a regular city. All dwellings, buildings, roads, vehicles, people, everything of a city you see in that mirror. But it just doesn't exist. You see, but it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist and you don't see. Then it is not Maya. Like there is no elephant on the table and I don't see any elephant. Therefore there is no Maya. But there is no elephant on the screen. I see the elephant on the screen. That becomes Maya. So Shankara, glory to his vision, so says, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. In a mirror, you see a city, and this universe is no different from that. The city that you see in the mirror. You see, the movie that you see on the screen is indeed a city that you see in the mirror only, because there is a mirror. The projector has a mirror, a lens. Through the lens, it is getting projected. The film is there. Through that film, light is thrown and you see a movie, a city on the screen. So you can take the example as the variety of scenes that you see on the screen, they are not real. Just because you are able to see them, they do not become real. Your seeing does not make them real. Seeing is not the proof of reality. But people say it is real because we see it. So this is the difference between the Lokadrishti versus Shastra Drishti. Lokadrishti means the common thinking. Shastra Drishti means the vision of the Shastra, the Shruti. So what is the Lokadrishti? Look at the sun situation. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. That is Lokadrishti. But look at the vision of the astronomy. Astronomy, not astrology. Astronomy. Astronomy is science. I am talking science, not belief. So if you ask the astronomer, he will tell you sun neither sets, neither rises nor sets. Therefore, the Loka Drishti is altogether opposite to the Shastra Drishti. Similarly, so the Loka Drishti is the public perception, public concept is Yadrishyam Tat Satyam. Whatever you see is real. And Shastra says Yadrishyam Tan Mithya. It is unreal because you are able to see it. Can you believe it? This is the Anumana employed by Gaudapadacharya. He says Jagat is unreal. I translate Mithya as unreal. It is not that I translate it as unreal. That is the translation. Mithya is unreal. Jagat is unreal because we are all able to see it. How is that logic? What are you talking? Yeah. That means what? If whatever is real, we are not able to see. Yeah, you will not be able to see the real. I told you, you will never be able to see gold. You will never be able to say what gold is. You cannot even visualize what gold is. You can only think or talk or see an ornament, not gold per se. Some example, take it like that. When I give an example, you have to accept the example. You should not punch holes in the example, because example is not the topic, you know. Example is only an illustration. You should not pull the example this side, that side. Anyway, therefore, this is the Maya. And so Maya now can be defined as the phenomenon or the mechanism by which you end up seeing what doesn't exist. That is Maya. So, yadvastu swarupena avidyamanamapi bhasate tat mithya. Like that there is a definition. Mithya is Maya. So a thing doesn't exist in itself, but appears. That is called Mithya or Maya. Now, so I have given enough examples for the Maya. So if I say the movie is Maya or Mithya, you are willing to accept. Are you willing to accept that? God bless you. Because people often resist the teaching. I am happy you are willing to accept to that extent, up to that point at least. Now, Rajju Sarpa. Rajju is the rope serpent, the classical illustration. The rope serpent means the serpent which you see where there is a rope. You end up seeing a serpent. Now, this Rajju Sarpa, the serpent that you see where there is a rope, I say it is Mithya. Do you accept it? God bless you. You accept it. Now I say something which you may not want to accept. The part that you see is Mithya or is Maya. Clay alone is real. Now I already hear murmurs. That is how it is. Uttiketyeva satyam. Clay alone is real. Pot is unreal. You see, when I said pot is unreal, then somebody told me, suppose I hit you on the head. My head is not any protected well. So suppose I hit you on the head with a pot. Will you not get injured? You will get injury. Now you should not get injured because pot is mithya. You should not get injured. Then I said, yeah, you may go ahead and hit and I may get injured. But I won't admit pot is real. Still I would say pot is mithya only because I will be injured by the clay, not by the pot. Therefore, I am incorrigible, I tell you. You cannot correct me. Now, how will you correct me? I am a gone case. Therefore, pot is, you see, we are talking of the Jagat as Maya. The Jagat as Maya, that is what we are talking of. What is your problem to accept pot is Maya? Can't you accept that much? So, I tell you, the moment you know pot is Maya or Mithya, you will be able to know that the Jagat is Mithya. So, therefore, that is the Maya. So, now we can, Maya is avidya. The word itself, avidya itself has an etymology. Na vidyate iti avidya. Or hota nahi hai. It doesn't exist. But yet you end up seeing. That's why it is called avidya. That is one way of looking at it. Maya, the word, is explained by Swami Ramatirtha as ya ma sa maya. That which doesn't exist is Maya. That which doesn't exist, why do you talk about it? You have to talk about it because you end up seeing it. That which doesn't exist, if you don't see, then there is no problem. The problem is it doesn't exist and you see it. If you don't see, then where is the issue? Therefore, your seeing is the all-important thing of this Maya. It doesn't exist is no contention. It is not a contested thing. It is a well understood. Rajju Sarpa, it just doesn't exist. Everybody accepts that. There is no difficulty in that. The difficulty is to understand how come I see it. How come I see it? You see it, and the process of seeing is called Maya. There is a process there. There is a mechanism by which you end up seeing things that just don't exist, is Maya. Maya is a fact of life. Like, for example, you see, a person he is about to file a lawsuit against his partner. You see, this partnership is like that. Two people come together and start something. They call it startup. They start some company or some firm, and they work hard together as comrades. As long as it is in going through the teething problems and it is still getting stabilized, and so till it takes roots, they work together as comrades. And now the company got stabilized and the product came into the market, it became popular and it is making money. Now they start fighting. You see, this is how it works. Even husband and wife also, when they are going through difficult times, the poverty is there and they are struggling to keep the family going, they work together. They are together. Suppose they get a lottery, then they start fighting now. Money, Mata Putra Virodhaya Hiranyaya Namo Namaha. Like that there is a story. So these two people who started a project and made it success and it started making money, now they started fighting and they separated. And when you separate, the share in the spoils is there, how much share should I get? Therefore there was a fight. And so they ended up in a court of law. This man, he asked my advice. I want to file a lawsuit against him because he has cheated me of nearly $1 million. He asked my advice as if nobody else he found for advice. I said, why do you ask me my advice? Why do you ask me? I am not the right person to advise you. No, you are the right person. Suppose I give advice to you, what will you do? You will not follow it. Unnecessarily you are wasting your time and you are creating some confusion in your mind, seeking my advice. You are likely not to follow it. Therefore I won't feel like advising you. No, I follow it. You advise me. I said, don't file any lawsuit. Why? Because what you call $1 million is all mithya. It is unreal. It is Maya. We were in a McDonald's shop at that time. Then he asked me, then what is real? How much you paid for the 2 coffees? $5. That is Satyam. That is Satyam. The $1 million is Mithya. Now you take a cup of coffee, you give a bill to him. He believes that bill is real and so he keeps it and he gives us our coffee and we are enjoying it. This is real. $1 million is in your head. You are imagining. You don't file a lawsuit. Forget about it. And so what should I do? You invite that gentleman for a dinner. He is his adversary now. You invite him for dinner. You call him now. You call call him for dinner. And give him some good dinner and give new clothes after dinner. That is our culture. A pair of new clothes you give to him. And send him, God bless you, send him home. Do that. $1 million is a mithya. He doesn't gain anything by it. You do not lose anything. He believes that he gained. That is his problem. You believe that you have lost. That is your problem. In this world, there is nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Dunya, pani re pani. This is just not real. It is like so much water which flows by. Therefore, his gaining, taking away $1 million is unreal. You losing $1 million is unreal. Understand that and be free. I went away. I gave the advice and went away in Toronto. And again, after 2 years, I went to Toronto. This gentleman came to me. How are you? I am doing fine. What happened to that lawsuit? I followed your advice. Okay, now what is your feeling? What you said is true. It is like that. Therefore, I am not talking of some armchair philosophy, some speculative concept. I am talking of the fact of life. Suppose you experience this is friend and that is foe. You are in the grip of Maya. It is all Maya. There is no friend, there is no foe. If you can know, there is only divinity, nothing else. Therefore, it is the fact of life. There is no foe. There is no friend. And what a freedom it is. What a freedom. Therefore, Maya is a very important fact of life. I would recommend, if you have enthusiasm to study philosophy, I would recommend. Swami Vivekananda wrote a series of lectures, a series of essays on Maya. 3 or 4 of them, running into some 20-30 pages. I did not come across such a comprehensive treatment of the subject anywhere else. The subject matter is dispersed in Upanishads, in Prakaranas here and there, but in one place, with a lot of Swami Vivekananda is like that. He puts a lot of punch into whatever he says, and a very convincing way, very compelling way he describes. So if you have energy, you may want to go through it. Maya is a fact of life. It is just a fact of life. You are attached to a variety of things because you did not realize the meaning of Maya. You are averse to many things because you are in the grip of Maya. It is the Maya that makes you attached and averse alternately. Therefore, you have to understand the operation of Maya in life. So, Trigunatmika, how does it operate? The Maya, how does it operate? So, the Rishis have noticed that Maya is a fact of life, and then they studied it very closely, and then they discovered that there are 3 elements in this Maya. This is called analysis. Analysis means you take a thing and make it into pieces and examine all the pieces. That is called analysis. And so analysis is like that. You have to break it apart and then understand each piece and then put them together. So they have examined this Maya and they said it is a discovery. There are 3 elements in this Maya. And they called these elements guna. Guna is a technical word. In Sanskrit, guna means quality. Like shveto hayaha, the white, the horse is white. That is some example. And so the whiteness is the quality of the horse, or the kudyam, or the wall. The wall is white. So white is the quality of the wall, like that. So that is the meaning of the guna. He is a good man. Good is the quality of that person. That is the meaning of the guna. But here, it is not that meaning. It is a technical word. That is a paribhashikam padam shankara. It is a technical word. Therefore, the meaning is not the normally taken meaning. That is the guna. Now you translate it into English, quality. You don't say quality is a wrong translation. It is not. It is the right translation. But once again, you have to warn that quality is not the normal quality which you understand. It is a technical word. So, Trigunatmika, it is constituted by, Atmika means constituted by 3 gunas. 3 guna is a technical word, 3 qualities. So, quality is now a technical word. What are those qualities? He will tell you. Okay? So the verse is complete. Now let us go to the next verse. Sannapyasannapyubhayatmikano bhinnapyabhinnapyubhayatmikano sangapyanangapyubhayatmikano Mahadbhuta nirvachaniya rupa. This Maya is Mahadbhuta. It is the greatest of the wonders. It is the most wondrous thing, Mahadbhuta. You see, you stand before a mirror. Mirror is a 2-dimensional surface. It's a surface, 2 dimensions, not 3, 2. Means there is no depth. You stand before the mirror. Now you see something inside the mirror. There are problems there. There is no inside for the mirror. I mentioned it, there is no inside. Okay? And what you see in the mirror, it is not there in the mirror. Or you believe it is there. It is not there, right? So you see an entire person inside the mirror, you cut the mirror into pieces and you cut it and see, is there any inside? There is no inside. Is there anybody there? There is nobody there. Now, it is such a routine thing that we are accustomed to since childhood that we fail to appreciate its significance. So, you ignore it. You fail to recognize its significance. Even today, I mean, you should have a mind that is capable of wonder. This is another point I say. You may want to pay attention to that. People talk of bhakti. Bhakti is not mechanical ritual. That is not bhakti. The rituals are performed very mechanically. And then the prayers are done very mechanically. Now, you see, the tape recorder is there, you know. You put the tape recorder on, it will do a perfect prayer. Right? Much better than this guy. The tape recorder, it will do a very good prayer. Now, you mean to say the tape recorder has bhakti? Certainly not. Now, suppose I am reciting. Now, am I any better than a tape recorder or not? Should I examine that or not? Suppose I mechanically recite. Namaste astu bhagavan vishveshwaraya mahadevaya triyambakaya tripurantakaya trikagni kalaya kalagni rudraya nelakanthaya mrityunjaya. Kya baat hai? You have said it 1,000 times. You don't have any jaan he has, any life left in it. No life is left in it. 1,001th time you are saying. No life is left in it. And now I ask you, is there a difference between you saying that prayer and the tape recorder saying that prayer? Is there a difference? If there is a difference, you tell me. And that difference makes what is called bhakti. And otherwise, what is bhakti? There is no bhakti in it. It is like a body without life. So, you know what is bhakti? Bhakti is a sense of wonder. That is bhakti. Like I look at Ganga, I get a sense of wonder. 6 months back I was here, it was flowing. Now still it continues to flow. It is not tired of flowing. Where from all this water is coming? It flows on and on and on. What a wondrous thing it is. That is bhakti. The sun is rising and you wonder at the sight. There is a sense of wonder in your heart. That is bhakti. Suppose you go to a temple, Krishna's murti or Rama's idol. You look at it and you wonder, Rama, oh my God, Rama is something. Dasharatha calls him and says, dear son, your anointing ceremony is cancelled. In its place, you will have to walk out from the city and go to the forest for 14 years. And Rama says, yes, sir. He doesn't bat an eyelid and says yes. For him, cancellation of the anointing ceremony is just some simple news it is. Going to the forest for 14 years is all right. It is doable. We'll work out the details, but first say yes. He takes it like that. For him, the calamity of life has no meaning. In fact, for him, there are no calamities in life. The only calamity that he experienced in life is when Sita was kidnapped. That is the love for Sita. That is the love. It's a poem, you know. A poem needs a sentiment. Without sentiment, the poem is not a poem at all. And the sentiment of love, that is there. So that is what Rama is. And even for the sake of that love, he is not willing to commit adharma again. Therefore, the moment I see a figure, any figure that brings the idea of Rama to the mind, brings tears into my eyes, my heart is filled with wonder. That is bhakti. Simply go there and look at it and do namaskar, go round and take tirtham and prasadam and walk away. Wonder is bhakti. In Vedanta also, if you don't have that wonder in you, you may become a scholar of Vedanta by all means, but you will not know the truth. Scholarship is different from vision. That wonder. Oh my God, this Maya. What a thing it is. Mahadbhuta. You see, suppose you are suffering. Why are you suffering? Because there is a calamity in life. Now I tell you, you are imagining. You mean to say the calamity is not real? No, it is not real. You are just imagining. Then why am I suffering? Yeah, that is what I am asking you. Why are you suffering? There is no reason to suffer. And wise people do not grieve. Nana shochanti panditaha. Wise people don't grieve. You mean to say this is not the occasion for grief? No. Then why all these people are grieving? They are imagining. They don't know the truth. My God. Can it be like that? Yeah, it is like that. An entire community is deluded? Yes. All these scholars are deluded? Yes. Can it be? Yeah. Could it be? Yeah. That is the wonder. That is the Maya. And now suppose you understand the implications of Maya. The enormity of this delusion. If you appreciate it, you comprehend it even a wee bit, your life will change. Now, there are no issues of life. They ask you to come in, you come in. They ask you to get out, you get out. You walk out. There is no issue at all. You gain nothing, you lose nothing. You are a free person. You are a free individual. Therefore, that wonder, that ability to wonder, do you have that wonder left in you? Or you have become entirely mechanical and routine, that no wonder is left in you? You see, I have so much love for this wonder. I suggest, can you face life with the freshness of a simple mind? A simple mind. You see, suppose what is going to happen tomorrow, I know today. What is left now? There is nothing is left. Suppose I know today, my friend will meet me tomorrow morning. There is no wonder left. There is no miracle in life. So it is time when he comes. Suppose I don't know that he is coming, and somebody knocks on the door, I open it, and he is standing there. That is the miracle of life. Life is a miracle. If only you can face life with the freshness of a simple mind. A mind which is filled with all kinds of concepts and ideas. A mind which believes that it knows the future, it can predict the future. That kind of a mind can never know what is miracle of life. That mind only anticipates something and something else happens. What it anticipates happens, it is a kind of satisfied, some kind of a silly satisfaction. And what it anticipates doesn't happen, then it is distressed. That is the mind. It doesn't know the miracle of life. Anyway, it is not easy to put in words also. I suggest you face life in you. You know what I mean? In you. Face life with the freshness of a simple mind. A mind that is not crowded by so many ideas and concepts and so much of junk. A simple mind, and which is very fresh, and which doesn't anticipate anything, which doesn't desire anything. No desire, no anticipation, no expectation. And now you allow the life to present itself before you. The life becomes a miracle. That ability to wonder. You see a flower, there is a wonder in the heart. A heart which doesn't know to wonder at the flower, it will pluck the flower and do something with it. The heart which knows the wonder of a flower doesn't disturb the flower. It just leaves it there. A flower, a child, a poor man, an old woman, illiterate old woman, a dirty guy, a fisherman, a bird in flight. Any one of these things can be a source of wonder if only you know how to look at. That wonder you have to invoke, you have to bring out. That ability to wonder, the ability to amazement, for amazement. Then you will know the truth. Anyway, the Maya is worth wondering at. Mahadbhuta. The more and more you wonder at this Maya, the more and more you come out of its bondage. We'll come back. Om Purnamada Purnamidam